So, this video is going to be about breathing. I watched the Human Lab podcast on how to breathe correctly. Go ahead and watch that podcast after you watch this video. I will give you all the advice that doesn't take an hour or two to get into your brain, like the chemical stuff and the mechanical stuff. I'm not gonna touch on that. You need to watch that podcast to really understand why some of this stuff works. But I'm just gonna go over all the quote unquote like cool like tools, tips and tricks, or like hacks he mentioned, right? You choose how you want to call them. So, the first thing I'm going to touch on is breathing when you sleep. So the best way to breathe through when you sleep is through your nose. Because when you breathe through your nose, you're able to get more air in your lungs. Even though it seems like less air is getting in, but because you need to do more effort to push the air into your nose. For a lot of people, it might not take any effort, but if you are not comfortable with breathing through your nose, by needing a little bit of extra effort, there's more air coming through than when you would actually breathe through your mouth. So breathing through your nose is better, because a lot of people either over breathe at night or in the day, or under breathe at night and during the day, right? It depends. So it's most common to under breathe during the night and over breathe during the day, or in reverse. You can correct me on that if you want to. But yeah, so from your nose, right? Next part is how you should breathe during the day. So just like during the night, you should just breathe mainly through your nose, right? The best way might even be to pause a little bit, in between your inhalation and exhalation, and then the next inhalation, you should pause a bit in between them. You should get around 12 normal breaths per minute. So quite shallow, right? Like 12 of those or so, right, per minute. But around 4, only around 4 per minute of deep breaths, only around 4 or so. In practical terms, you need around 6 liters of air per minute, but I don't think you have an air meter. But you might have, probably not. Nextly, there's a little test you can do. I will go back to the little test at the end of the video, but just trying to remember that there's a test you can do. Then we have a different kind of breathing technique, which is, I think it's cyclic cyclic. Yeah, Huberman can say it right. But it's where you breathe once, one inhale, and then another short inhale, and then a long exhale. Now, this is not the way you should breathe every single time. There's not like how you should breathe chronically, right? And this is like a breathing exercise you can do for either a couple of minutes a day or just do it once or even a couple times before something stressful. It's really good for reducing stress. You will learn in a couple of minutes why. So I'm just gonna do it for you. So you have a long, not too long, but like a deep inhalation, not a short inhalation, and then a long exhalation with a small break in between, maybe. So like. Like that. So it works to get a better mood and less stress throughout the day or next days, or like, you know what I mean? This kind of breathing also helps for pain, but like when you're running and you kind of get like that bit of pain on your right side, like around your belly, right? Or it's like cramp, cramp, or it has something to do with breathing, and you just need to do this kind of two inhalations and one exhalation technique a couple times, and then it will probably go away. And if it doesn't, it's something else, but it might. There's quite a big chance it will go away, right? Another good thing about that technique, right? Then, why does then this breathing technique help to reduce stress? Well, it does, because when you, just quickly, I'm not gonna get mixed up. Yeah, so if you inhale, your heart gets a little bit bigger. It's not like, right? It's just a little bit, like a very small bit. Because of it, your brain is like, well, okay, there's more space in there, so I need to get it around faster, right? No, actually, your heart has more room, so it moves a bit slower, and then your brain is like, oh, let's pump up the heart rate, because else it's not gonna work out, right? And then it's pumping up the heart rate. So when you inhale, it goes down for a little bit, and then your brain is like, oh, it goes down, and then it goes up, right? That's with inhalations. Now with exhalations, it's the reverse. So it first goes up a bit because you exhale, and your heart gets a little bit smaller. So you get a little bit up, a little bit of a higher heart rate, and then your brain is like, oh, let's get that down, and then you get a downer, like a lower heart rate, right? So because you have a quite medium deep inhale, and then a short sharp inhale, and then a long and steady exhale. You have a longer exhale time than your inhale time, quite a bit longer actually, and that's why you get a lot less stressed, because your heart rate goes down. Then there was a point on hiccups, which I just want to cover just very quickly. Hiccups are caused because of something like your breathing, like it has to do with breathing. Like it has totally to do with breathing. Like it's some kind of spasm or something like that. But how to stop it? You have one medium deep inhale like before, then a first short sharp inhale, and then a second short sharp inhale, and then like before a long exhale. So like this. So 3 inhales and 1 exhale. And that almost directly just stops a hiccups. I think that's quite good to know, right? Quite cool as well. I will just look. Next point, right? Yeah. There is another breathing technique. I think it's called the Wim Hof method, where you increase your heart rate and kind of create stress or like activate stress and activate your adrenaline on command. Instead of through live events or like through emotions, it's on command. So you get that. It's handy to do because overall it lowers stress because you're able to handle it a lot better. Yeah, overall it just lowers that. I'm gonna touch on it. Yeah. So you just do a short, hard inhale and a short, hard exhale. But in general, maybe just a bit longer inhale. No, it doesn't really need to be that. It doesn't need to be noticeable, to be honest. Just inhale, exhale, just very quick and hard. Do that around 25 times. Inhale and exhale, and count through 1 together, and then hold your breath and just slowly kind of exhale a bit. Just slow it down to a normal standpoint for 60 seconds, and then you can repeat if you want to, right? Then a question he got was how you should breathe when you go to like cold exposure, right? Because it's something a bit scary or a bit uncomfortable. Your breath kind of gets a bit unrhythmic. You kind of need to try make it a bit more rhythmic to handle it better, right? To kind of get the rhythm back in. A very short answer. Now a very handy one. What to do? Best breathing technique whilst learning, or studying, or something like that. You should indeed inhale more than you exhale, because when you inhale, your ability to sense things gets better, and when you exhale, actually, you're better at directed motion. So like if you're in a fight, you exhale when you punch, because then your motion is a bit better when you exhale, but your focus and stuff is a bit better when you inhale. So you should inhale longer than you exhale. Don't take this to an extreme level though. Now for aesthetics, what is mouth breathing versus nasal breathing? Now, just in general, nasal breathing is a lot better. Yeah, you get more air in your system when you nasal breathe, and yeah, it's just very positive. When you mouth breathe, you're using certain stuff that you shouldn't be using, or like, yeah, it's just a lot better to nasal breathe. So for aesthetics, it's better to nasal breathe, and just in general, it is a lot better to nasal breathe. Now, very quickly, if you go to my YouTube channel and you go to About Me, and you go to my first link, it's my email newsletter. If you subscribe to it, you get an email with an extra video about this subject, about another technique, and you get a summary of it, and even a PDF or something like that to hang on your wall and get it printed, right? So I hope you go and subscribe to that now. You get some emails from me, just if I have some handy stuff. But till next time, please. Bye.